And we're live. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. It is something a little bit different. We are doing the Hawks and the Cavaliers for this game, or for this watch along, should I say. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a great game. This one is to decide the 8th seed. Don't usually do these, so it's going to be interesting to see how it rolls, but I think it could be a good game to cover nonetheless. It is it is the play-in, so we'll see how we go. But a lot of shit could happen in this game. Jared Allen is back. That's a big inclusion. We've got a few minutes to wait before the game begins, so I think I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Because, yeah, it's not a few minutes till this game starts. Still another 4 to 5 minutes, so we'll wait it out. But starting lineup for Cleveland is, well, Jared Allen's been rushed back, which I think could be one of the game changers potentially. In terms of at least covering Clint Capella, he's not gonna demolish in this game. He probably would have killed Mobley on the glass if that was the matchup, but it's not. So JA may do some work here. Garland v Young, that's going to be interesting too. And I mean, the Hawks don't have John Collins, but insane that they've got plenty of coverage. I think Gallinari's done a decent job. Lou Williams is out. I don't know if that was a relatively new injury that he picked up. Bogdanovic is available. Apparently must have been questionable for a bit there. See how we go. I think the Hawks here, they're starting Young, Herdo, Hunter, Gallinari, and Capella. So that's the lineup. And we'll wait it out to see if that makes any difference. If Gallinari has like a 20-piece out of nowhere. Who knows, man. Obviously, the Cavs lost to us the other day. Big win by Brooklyn. Big win. Very pumped. And then the Hawks destroyed Charlotte. Charlotte's back. Well, their defense was just non-existent if you're conceding 132. And to be fair, Trae Young did nothing. Well, he didn't do nothing. He had a pretty good game by his standards, but, you know, he can drop a 40-piece when he wants to. And I think in order for the Hawks to win, they're going to need that from him. I think Garland v Young's just going to be a spectacular showcase for the future of the league, if we're being brutally honest. I think Garland had about 34 the other day. So, you know, they're probably also going to need something like that. Karis LeVert and Markkanen were a bit off the other game, so they're probably needing to pick it up at least in order to win this game. I mean, they only scored 105 points or something along those lines in that game against Brooklyn. I mean, to be fair, our defense was pretty good, but, you know, it's going to be interesting to see regardless, I feel. The game's about to get underway, which is exciting. So Trae Young, Herder, Hunter, Gallo, Capella. For the first time this year, I can actually speak as if it's a neutral game. Why is it weird like that? Oh, it's because of this. Alrighty. So Jared Allen, I don't know what his fitness levels are. Mind you, it's not going to be anything that affected his mobility. It's just going to be when he catches the ball, which is somewhat essential, you'd imagine, given it's the game of basketball and you've got to hold the ball. He's got a little finger brace or something along those lines. Oh my god, that's so loud. You see the towel swishing. This is unbelievable. So the Hawks won 8 of their last 10 and the Cavaliers lost 9 of their last 12. So obviously, if you look at that stat in isolation, it's leaning in one direction. But obviously, games like this, all you need to do is rock up and you can win the game. You know, your previous record is completely, it's going to be completely irrespective in terms of, creating a result. And Jared Allen wins the tip. So, I can speak very neutrally here. Karis LeVert's holding it, and we've got a chant nice and early in this game. LeVert's got it. Goes to the cut, kick out of Mobley in the corner. Yes! And there we go, we're underway. 7 or 8 v the 9 seed. Win or go home. Gallinari's got it at the 3-point line, guarded by Markkanen. Handoff to Young, who's gotten picked up by LeVert, it seems like. Young stops and settles for a pull-up mid-range. And that's off. Garland out to Markkanen. Bang! What a start by the Cavs. 2 quick threes, and the fans, you already know they're going to get involved. That home atmosphere is going to be electric. Herder scores under the basket. So there you have it. Garland gets it past halfway. LeVert now. He's picked up by Trae Young. So you'd imagine LeVert needs to exploit that size mismatch because obviously Trae is the guy that you want to attack. Trae Young tried the kick out of Herder in the corner and Garland got in the way. That's surely a continuation. And it is. And 1. No, it's not. Garland was giving the motion that it was continuation, but obviously he is not the ref, so it's going to be on the floor. So LeVert will take it out from the side to Markkanen, and then Garland will receive it at the logo. He has to come to Markkanen though. Garland high screen, Allen takes it to the paint. Oh! I don't know who I'm supporting here, but the Cavs have had some nice and early highlight plays. Jared Allen with a dish to Mobley for the alley-oop dunk. I mean, they're playing a 3-big system, which is interesting. Young just hit back iron on a 3, and now Hunter's got a wide open look, which he misses, but Capella is there for the follow-up as there was no box out. And Garland takes it to the paint. The scoop is off. And Trae Young will try to push the pace here. Gallo, corner, Hunter. Try to bounce past it to Capella under the basket. Did not happen after the baseline drive. Markkanen, good score. And it's a 10-4 lead early on. The Cavaliers are up and about. Trae Young, good dribble package. Faked the pass and then gave it. And Hunter missed the corner 3. He's scoring that against the Nets every day of the week. Garland kicks it back out to Markkanen, sorry. Garland could really try for a 3 if he wanted to. He's got Trae Young on him. And he goes all the way to the basket. Missed the reverse pretty badly. And now Herder will bring it up. Hunter, he could take the 3, but he's missed a couple badly. So takes it to the cup. Missed the shot. And Atlanta's attempts to secure the offensive board go unrewarded. So not too bad. Not too bad this start by Cleveland. The Hawks are... Well, you'd think they've got a bit of work to do, the Hawks. Levert, nice push shot. And it's a 2 for him. First bucket of the game. Cavs up by 8. Hawks have not shot it well early. Allen staying with Trey. He's going to try it again. Trae Young. Oh, that's a really tough shot by Trae Young. Jared Allen with an equally good shot contest, but your boy Trae Young's just a little bit better. Karras tries to take Trae Young off the dribble. Markkanen's wide open in the corner. He's got it. 15-6 the score. And Markkanen's already got 8 points in this game. Gallinari turns around to go to the baseline, and Allen blocks the shit out of him. So the Cavaliers are feeling absolutely brilliant about life to start things off. Jared Allen got a block to his name already, and that's something you want to see from him. He's been out for that with that finger injury for some time. Trae Young with a deep 3. He misses that badly. I mean, if Trae keeps settling for those bullshit 3-point attempts, they're never scoring. Mobley picked up by Hunter. Markkanen again the kick out. And this time it's off. Capella was the direct matchup there. It looked like. I don't know if they're running zone or something. I still got to work that one out. Trae Young turns it over again. Garland in the passing lane this time. Markkanen was wide open in the corner and Garland just lost it on the handoff. And it will be Hawks ball. But an excellent start by Cleveland. They are up by 9. And we look at the box score. 7 minutes to play. And just have a little read. You can see. Well, at the moment, the Hawks currently are struggling. Trae Young has missed 4 shots. Hunter has not made a field goal, and so has Gallinari. Capella with a couple of offensive boards, keeping them alive. 3 turnovers ain't going to help you. The Cavs have been better in controlling that department. They've knocked down 3 of their 4 threes. And that's primarily because the driving kick to Markkanen is working a treat. He is leading their scoring output with 8. And that's just a really good start by Cleveland. I mean, Hawks have got to work out their scheme because at the moment, they are getting absolutely demolished. I mean, they are just sort of asking for it, you know. They're just inviting Markkanen to shoot that 3 almost all the time. And it is just going in on repeat. And it doesn't really make any sense why you wouldn't, you know, pick him up. I mean, it's not rocket science, so. So here we go. Man, the Hawks, though, yeah, they've got to improve in some ways because Trae Young, I mean, that shot selection is very questionable of his as well. I'm going to mention that too. You know. Alright, we're just going to wait for the return. I don't usually know how long these ad breaks go for. All right. Now, the Hawks, what bench scoring do they have? They got Bogdan. Bogdanovic. They've got well, they would have had Gallinari off the bench. They don't. Lou Williams possibly. TLC possibly. Rondo played minutes. Okoro, Kevin Love. They got some options, and then you've got for the I'm trying to think. You've got I just mixed up the Hawks roster and the Cavs roster. I don't know what I'm talking about. Markkanen is single-handedly outscoring the Hawks right now, and that's really speaking a lot of volumes about their coverage. Trae Young, bounce past the Capella, kick out of Herder, Gallo in the corner, three-pointer is off. Rebound possibly for Atlanta. They just need a little bit of hunger at the moment because they've lacked it early on. Hunter with the score on the baseline, the little push shot, and the Hawks advance to 8 points. Okoro's come into the game, and that is the only adjustment at the moment. JA is probably going to be on a minutes restriction. They will only play maximum minutes if absolutely necessary. Garland misses that badly, but Okoro's follow-up was brilliant. And Markkanen's got another wide open look, which he got again. He's a mean man. He's got 11 points already. He's a marksman at the moment, but, I mean, they're not doing themselves any favours, the Hawks, with their coverage, as I've said. Herder, fadeaway is brilliant on the baseline. Bogdanovic getting ready to check in as he goes to the scorer's table. And now Garland will bring it up. Looking. Nearly got caught in the air. Markkanen got stripped of the ball. Mobley posts up, shoots a tough shot over Capella, and the shot is off. Just realised another Cavs player that could be playing some minutes is Lamar Stevens. He's been alright for them. Trae Young is getting booed now by the Cavs. I don't know what was done by Trae Young. That is a beautiful pass as Capella slipped to the basket and he threw it down. He's probably been their best player on offense and defense, I'd have to say. Garland gets into the paint again and scores. And now Hunter to Trae Young. Pushes the pace as Hunter got past the Cavs line and scores another easy one under the basket. That's a good find by Trae Young as well. You got to give him credit. I'm pretty sure the score is not 14-20. Pretty sure they've gotten a few stops, the Cavs, but I may be mistaken. Garland's step back three is good. My God. They're whooping ass at the moment from the outside. Another turnover for the Hawks, and now the Cavs once again in transition have another wide open three. LeVert, yes! Timeout. Bro, what are Atlanta doing? Atlanta Bro, that's pretty baffling. Their defense has been dog shit. Absolute garbage. I mean, they've just... I don't know what's going on with the Hawks at the moment. I mean, it really doesn't help. You turn the ball over, it's always going to be hard to get back defensively. But they're covering the initial backline very well. And then they are somehow collapsing in the paint and whatnot. And it's an easy driving kick. It happened again there. I mean, it's happened numerous times in this game. And at the moment, the coverage has been shit. Garbage. So there you have it. Um, so yeah. I mean, yeah, 26 points at the moment is just not going to do them any justice. Let's be brutally honest. They have scored, I think, 6 threes now. We'll have a look at the box score. I mean, look at that. 6 of 7 from downtown. They're shooting it absolutely lights out. And 4 players have 5 points or more. Markkanen's got 11 and is nearly outscoring the Hawks by himself. Would love to see the turnover count. We got 4 turnovers for the Hawks, which, as I said, is not going to help their cause. They've not made a 3 either. So right now, you could say the game's being decided in a number of ways, but the main ones is turnovers and 3-point shooting. None of it's happened. No one's gone to the free throw line, though. That's an interesting observation. But the only guy who has not scored a 3 is Jared Allen, and he has not attempted a shot. So, I mean, that's speaking volumes. They're getting into the right shooters, and they're taking the right shots at the moment. 10 of 16, 60%. I mean, it's obviously not sustainable all game, but 26 points to 14. I mean, yeah. And Trae Young has not started well. You suspected he needs a 30-point game at least in order for the Hawks to win this. You look at their bench. I'm trying to see where you get the best minutes from. Bogdanovic, DeLon Wright, TLC, Okongwu. You can't really play Kevin Knox. So they're probably going about 4 deep tops off the bench. So 9 deep in total. And then the Cavs have a little bit more luxury. They've had a lot more players exposed to the system. A lot more players exposed to the system earlier in the year. Or at certain stages of the year. So Kevin Love, Okoro, Osman, Stevens, Rondo can all get minutes in this game, and they can have a very sizable impact. So given the Cavs start, you have to back them in to win this game. But in saying that, I mean, strange things have happened. The Hawks last year somehow mustered up a win, mustered up a playoff run to get them to, where was it? The conference finals, and they bowed out to the eventual champs, but they were never ever poised to win probably 2 playoff series, and they did that against Philly. So they weren't even probably remotely close in matching them up very well, but they found a way. Obviously, the winner of this game plays the Heat. So if the Heat play the Hawks, you would back the Heat, I'd say. Although I can see the Hawks stealing a game or 2. The Cavaliers are a much more intriguing matchup. Herter's just missed another mid-range. Good contest by Garland, and now they're on the charge again. And Garland takes it all the way to the cup, and it found a way to bobble out. And now Hunter's got it the other way. On the right wing. Tries to take Mobley off the dribble and lost the handle. So there's another turnover for the Hawks. And it's Rondo holding the play up. Getting into an offensive set in the half-court offense. Rondo back to Garland. And Rondo sets the screen. Garland drives on Young. That's going to be a foul. And once again, does a full 360 around the rim and does not go through the cup. So, free throws are coming up for your boy Darius. And the Hawks, I don't know if they've covered him exceptionally well in this game so far. He has missed a lot of shots. So I think, 2 of 6. It's not awful, but he's probably got one of the lower percentages in the team right now, given how well they're shooting it. DeLon Wright's coming to the game. I do like that matchup on Darius Garland if he goes to him. Allen comes into the game for Mobley, so that's a really good thing when you have this many bigs on a roster. The combinations are seamless. You can take one out and bring another in, and it doesn't really affect anything. And Garland makes both. So the Cavs have currently doubled the Hawks' score. They're on an 8-0 run in the last minute and a half. I'm just I'm finding it really difficult to find someone who can contribute on offense at the moment for the Hawks. Young's just missed another mid-range, but Bogey followed it up. So maybe Bogdanovic will need like a 25 piece off the bench to be the impact. Okongwu with a good contest there on Rondo, who should not be taking shots. Right in the backcourt. Lost it again. Rondo picked his pocket and then possibly got pushed by Okongwu. I'm not sure, but Love on the catch. He's missed it. That was a deep three. And then Rondo nearly did one of those pesty defensive plays where you sneak up from behind them and slap the ball out of their hands. So there you go. Apparently Darius Garland has had a dad that played in the NBA. I did not know that. Trae Young, Hunter, he's got a wide open three. He's got to hit it, and it doesn't go down. Rattled around the rim. Then DeLon Wright bounced it off Allen's ankles. It found Bogey, and he scored off the glass. So a couple scores late in this first quarter for the Hawks, and it will be a timeout. The Cavs sense that there could possibly be a little bit of a run for the Hawks incoming. So they have called a timeout. Going to stop him at the source. I'm trying to put that up there. Okay, we'll have a look at the box score again. It's just tradition. And, well, the Cavaliers have not scored it on a few trips. They have missed their last 3 shots. Garland went at the line. Turnover number has remained down, which is perfect. Garland has 3 steals. They have 6 in total. So there you have it. They're all a result of the 6 Hawks turnovers. So this has given you an idea that all the turnovers are resulting in open play, transition opportunities, because they're actually getting the steal registered. The Hawks have had a lot of second chance points, which is probably the main focal point for the Cavs to fix up, even though they have like 6 million bigs. They can't even box out at the moment. And honestly, I thought Capella was going to fix that issue up. But they're getting out-rebounded by 9 at the moment, so they're going to want to fix that one up. Hawks defense, I mean, it's probably not gotten better, but, you know, they've, well, the Cavs have missed some shots courtesy of themselves and themselves only. Hawks still haven't made a 3. That just continues to be a problem. But I think the positive for the Hawks, as I said, is the offensive rebounding at the moment. They're missing shots, but, you know, they're getting some opportunities. Even despite having 5 more turnovers than the Hawks, or than the Cavaliers, they still remain with 2 extra shots. So what they're losing in turnovers, they're regaining in offensive second chance opportunities. Rondo is held up by Wright, and now Garland picked up by Young. He goes down the corridor and missed the shot. Allen with a tip in, and he's got it. It's 30-18 with a minute and a half to play in this first half. And Trae Young gets it past halfway, and the little push shot, or the floater, should I say, is good. So Trae Young will need to see a few more shots go through. So he's got the 4 points and the 2 of 6 from the field, which isn't great. You're going to need a bit more higher efficiency. Young tips the pass that ultimately ended at Rondo. Garland's got it. He weaves through traffic. Spin move. Oh my God, that's saucy. That is saucy. And now Trae Young lost the handle again. This time it's going to be a foul call. A little bit more precision by Rondo. Could have seen them have 7 turnovers in the quarter. So there you have it. We got 59 seconds left, and Trae Young's got it. Feels the contact, tries to shoot off glass, and no. Okongwu back out to Gallinari, who's waiting for an option. Shoots a 3 off the screen, And they didn't rotate probably as well as they would have liked, and Gallo knocks it down. So Hawks get their first 3-point make of the game. Allen, oh my goodness. Allen is denied. And actually, no, it's a foul. Yeah, Okongwu met him with the contact on the arm. So it's going to be free throws for your boy. And his first free throws, actually, no, it's his, I was going to say his first points of the game. Nope, he knocked down a possession or two ago, courtesy of a tip-in. And now he heads to the free throw line. So it's going to be interesting stuff, I have to say. Interesting stuff. Allen knocks down both. The Hawks have 34. Trae Young's just picked up an offensive foul. Trying to get it past halfway, the Cavs established a 5-man line at half court. And Garland... I'm not even sure what happened there. I don't even think that was worthy of a foul call. But that's the 4th turnover for Young. And Allen with a throwdown. My boy, J.A. He's a scary man. If you get in his way when he's trying to throw that shit down, it's yeah, I think it's curtains for you. I think you're done for. The Cavs have 11 points off turnovers, so there you go. Trae Young, cross, step back, got it. And so the Cavs have one more crack at it with 7.5, and Rondo will be the guy that initiates it. He's not really in a rush. He shoots a deep 3 and airballed it. I don't know what that was. It looked destined to be a shithouse final possession from the moment it entered Rondo's hands. But here we are at the first change. And it is 36, 25. So decent stuff. So yeah. Well, let's just have a look at the box score. Hawks, man, I mean, 1-3 from 7 and 7 turnovers. That is your biggest problem. Haven't gone to the free throw line. That's another issue. Actually shooting the ball pretty well, generally speaking. But it's that free throw number that's hurting as well as the turnover number. The Cavaliers, they have the same amount of shots. They've only made one more shot, but have been to the free throw line. Unlike the Hawks, they cannot relate. And 6 of 9 from downtown. So that number's actually fallen a little bit since their very, very hot start. But at the moment, it's just the starting lineup doing basically everything. I mean, look at that spread of offense for the Cavaliers in that first quarter. I mean, wow. 36 points from your starting unit in the first quarter, and most inefficient scorer is Garland, 3 of 8. I mean, that's not even shit, to be brutally honest. It's not that bad. It's only 8 shots, so small sample size, but good stuff. And he's got the 9 points, so there you go. And Markkanen's probably been the revelation. He's got 11 points, and he's missed 1 3-point shot out of 4, so there you go. I think part of the key, though, is just the Hawks or the Cavs aren't turning it over. And it's thus making it much more difficult for the Hawks to even create anything on the offensive end. Trae Young's 3 of 8 as well, which isn't as bad as first thought because he was off to a pretty slow start, but those 4 turnovers, man, are just killer. And Hunter's got 2 more, so he's probably their Well, he's probably the guy that is getting the ball the second most, and I mean he's taken the second most shots, so that would make some portion of sense, if that makes any sense. 6 shots for him, and he's 2 of 6. He's missed 3 threes, so 2 turnovers for a guy that's probably getting it the second amount of time, and then your first, your primary guy has 4 turnovers, and he's at -11. He's actually not the worst in the starting group, but yeah, hopefully for them the bench evens it out a little bit, because they've lacked it. Let me just have a listen to what McMillan's got to say. Okay, so basically what they're saying is, as the Hawks miss their first shot, Kevin Love's got it here. Kick out of Rondo, touch past the Levert, catch and shoot 3 was so bad it didn't even touch the rim. TLC nets Legends on the floor. Wright holds it up. Gallo, good ball fake, sidestep, missed the 3. That was a very good look. Okoro, quick score early into the shot clock off the glass. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to rim run. The key for the Hawks, at least at that break, was the fact that they want the to basically run all night long so the bigs are tested. But the problem is they can't get stops, so they can't, push the pace, get in transition, because, because basically, just they can't get stops, and obviously the defense was awful. That's what McMillan pointed out. Okoro's going to the free throw line after it was well worked through a Caris LeVert dish under the basket. It'll be free throws for Okoro. And he misses number 1, so I'm not sure how well of a free throw shooter he is, but obviously still a young guard. He's only playing his second season, so I mean the sky's the limit for him. I don't know what his ceiling is if he's got like a 15 point per game season in him, or he's just like a defensive monster. I don't know what the peak is for him. Bogdanovic, screen coming up by Kongwu. Catch and shoot 3 by Wright is off. He's scoring that against Brooklyn. Caris LeVert rebound. Rondo, he could have shot the 3. Gives it to Okoro and now gets it back. And now LeVert on the right wing. Picked up by Bogdanovic. He takes it to the top of the key. Cross. Corner. Rondo. Missed the 3. So at the moment, we're seeing 2 different tales here. We're seeing the Hawks bench be better than the starters, and the Cavs starters be significantly better than the bench unit. Gallinari, I mean, he was practically falling while he took that shot from his jump, and he scored it. So Gallinari 2 of 7 from the field. He's taken quite a few shots as well, and LeVert's got it now. Rondo, 1-on-1. Got it by Gallinari. I don't know why you wouldn't attack that. Kevin Love is fouled by TLC with 3 seconds on the clock. So that's a bailout if I've ever seen one. So there you go. It will be a side out for the Cavaliers. LeVert. I thought he was going for the Allen alley-oop, but he didn't go for that. LeVert will pick up the foul now. He was a bit overeager, probably trying to follow up on the miss on the other end, and instead he will pick up the foul, as the steal was never on. And now Delon Wright's got it to a Kongwu, and Bogdanovic Gets it to the corner for Gallinari. Stops. He had TLC in the corner, but you wouldn't pass there, would you? Gallinari's step back is good. So they are starting to dig in. They're playing at a bit of a slower pace, sort of sucking the energy right out of this one, which is probably the way the Cavs want to play. Now they get a turnover, the Hawks, and they got DeLon Wright wide open on the wing, which he misses, and those woes from the three-point territory continue. So they've had an opportunity to get back into this game. That bounce pass by Wright was, or Rondo to Allen was shithouse. Turnover. Oh, the Euro and the foul. And Bogdanovic is the guy leading the way, and you just sensed it, that it was going to that there was going to be one guy that was going to be the spark plug, and it was Bogey. Luca, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. The Hawks are back in the contest, though. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And so the lead can be restricted to single digits, or, well, it already is. Bogdanovic with the and one opportunity. He can convert it here. The score 39-31. And Bogdanovic's free throw is good. So he has been that guy. Getting steals. Scoring buckets. Dishing the ball. We're going to have another foul. And this time it'll be Herter picking it up. Trying to guard Garland. As he was going around screens. So it's going to be Cleveland ball on the side. This is promising for the Hawks. Their offense really hasn't sustained itself for a bit of time now. Garland tries to get to the paint, and he scores with the scoop. They desperately needed that. Offense has dried up a little bit. Gallinari wants Wright to come at the ball. And he does. He tries to drive on Garland. He got to the paint and scored pretty much in an identical manner to how Garland did at the other end on the previous possession. Garland nearly lost DeLon Wright with that change of direction. Mobley slips. And now Love on the kick out. Got it. And so it's 44-34. Bogdanovic to the baseline. Kick out to Wright. Ball fake. Kick out. Gallinari misses the three. And now the Cavaliers again in transition. They're moving it rapidly. This time, it was a deflection by the Hawks that halted them in their tracks. It will be a side out for Cleveland, though. So another crack at it. Just at a slower pace. And Levert looking. He's got Garland in the corner. Picked up by Wright. Goes baseline. Good ball fake. Hand off to Mobley. And then DeLon Wright stripped Mobley of the ball. And well done by DeLon Wright there. He looked gone for all money. Bogdanovic waits and scores the three from a few feet behind the line. And the lead's back down to 7. So the Hawks have gotten it down here before. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for tuning in. It does get a little bit lonely. Is Jared Allen playing? Yes, he is. Albeit, I think on restricted minutes. That's just my general consensus here. I think he hasn't played probably at peak minutes. Rashad, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, my friend. But yeah, so we'll look at the box score now. There has been a little bit of a change in momentum here for a bit of time now. The Hawks are outscoring the Cavaliers in the second quarter. And this is for a number of reasons. The first one is the turnovers. I think the Hawks have only picked up one in the quarter, and we're nearly halfway through in comparison to their 6 prior. They've hit a couple of threes. I mean, the percentage is still dire viewing, but you're seeing it there. 2 of 12. It was like 0 of 7, 0 of 8. So they picked it up in that department. They're still shooting the ball relatively well, generally speaking. It's just no free throws, no threes, and a lot of turnovers. But the offensive rebounding is a positive sign. We look at who's picked up the pace, and I did say there needed to be like a 25-point Bogdanovic performance, and they've gotten 10 out of him off the bench in 9 minutes without a miss. So there you go. And the 2 steals on top. So he's been exceptional. Trae Young was 6. He hasn't played for a while. He's gotten a lot of rest. Gallinari's been also the guy steadying the ship whilst the starting unit has been out. So you would imagine he's going to the bench. But for the Cavaliers, their shooting still hasn't dipped dramatically, but they've gotten a lot more opportunities at the free throw line in this quarter. They've had a few more turnovers. Well, they've had 2 turnovers in comparison to 1 in the first, and we're only halfway through the second. Not even. The Hawks are playing much better defense, though. I mean, Levert's 5 points. I'm trying to see the guys who they've gotten 3 shots out of Rondo, which you would live for, and 2 of them are threes, so you live for those. Jared Allen with the 6, and he's played 12 minutes, so I'm not 100% sure how many minutes they're going to give him. I would imagine probably 30 or so. If it's a blowout, way less than that. But I think overall, Markin and Allen and Mobley operating as a 3 big men unit is probably the best for the Cavaliers. At least in this game, it's shown that, because usually if you're rolling out a 3 big lineup, it's always going to be a bit of a problem for spacing, but the Cavs have made it work all season, and Markkanen scoring 11 in the first quarter is a game changer, so there you have it. But yeah, so no, it is a game changer though, 100% it is. They've just got to get that right. They've got to get the balance right. We return, and it is Garland getting picked up by Trae Young, who has returned. It looks like the starting 5, besides Capella, and someone else is in, and DeAndre Hunter. It's going to be another foul, this time on Bogdanovic, who supposedly was holding Markkanen, I'd like to think. So yeah, it's going to be Cavaliers ball on the side. And now Mobley to Karras. He tries to go down the middle. Markkanen wide open in the corner again. I mean, have they not learnt the Hawks? That time they were just fortunate the Markkanens missed it. And now it's going to be the Hawks with the ball. And this time Markkanen's going to get picked up with a foul. Pretty much identical to the possession prior where Bogdanovic got picked up for 1. The Cavaliers are in the bonus, though. That is now the difference. So any foul by the Hawks will send Cleveland to the free throw line. And Trae Young, well, he's got the ball now on the logo. He looks for someone to get freed up. Herder. Apparently, it's going to be a foul on Gallinari, who's going to get the offensive foul. Garland hit the deck on a brutal screen. Let's just have a look. And Gallinari has, I mean, he probably, if he was sent a screen, he probably had to take Garland front on, but he's just, hit him with the hip, so I guess that makes sense. Garland with a moving pull-up, and another score for Garland, so Cavaliers need a little bit of stability on the offensive side of the ball. Shown a little bit of vulnerability in this second quarter. Bogdanovic on the catch. Scores from the corner. And another 3. Another three-pointer for the Hawks. So they are hanging around. Garland misses the push shot. It hit back iron, and now the Hawks can go again through Bogdanovic, who is feeling it. He missed it off the glass, but that was because he got fouled. So he's going to the line again. So this is a really intriguing game at the moment. I'll tell you what, there could be an opportunity for the Hawks to get back into the game and possibly have the lead by the main change. But it looks like Capella and Hunter are going to come in at some point. It's just a matter of time before Bogdanovic goes to the bench. And then the question really will arise as to who can pick up where Bogdanovic left off. It looks like we're going to have another timeout here. Or maybe... No, it looks like Garland had a little bit of blood on his finger, so we got a little bit of a stoppage in play. Because this is not an official timeout, but both teams have gone to their respective benches. Bogdanovic made the first free throw. Cut it a 6. And, wow, I'm just seeing the Cavaliers youth lineup right now. Garland's 22. Allen and Sexton are 23. You forget about Colin Sexton. Mobley's 20. And someone else with 24. I'm not sure who the guy was. Okoro, probably? No, Markkanen. Yeah, Markkanen's only 24. Feels like he's been in the league for ages. Bogdanovic knocks down the second. It's down to 5 points, the margin now. And Bogdanovic is still yet to miss. He's shooting at 5 of 5. And he's got 14 and the 3 steals. So LeVert got past Herder. Shoots over the top of Capella and missed it. And now Herder in transition. He has to hold the play up. The Cavaliers did very well to cut off all outlets. But Herder with the spin and the push shot. And that was lovely. So now the lead's down to 3. So the sting that the Cavs had in the first quarter has sort of been... Well, it's gone. It's gone. Garland tries to force the pass to Mobley, who kicks it out of Markkanen, who knocks down the 3 again on the wing. And, I mean, they just keep on gifting it to him. Trae Young is well held up by Markkanen. Trae Young was trying to accelerate to the hoop. Kick out is beautiful to Hunter. And he's missed another one. I mean, surely one's got to go down for Hunter at some point. Maybe a halftime team talk would fix that shooting up. Allen! Oh my. He's enjoying basketball. He's got a smile on his face. That throwdown was vicious. And he's going to keep doing that all night if you let him. So, Trae Young now. Good pass to Herder. Ball fake. Denied. And Markkanen gets the rebound. Stays up strong. Feed out to Mobley, who went to the corner. And now LeVert in the paint. Garland wide open on the wing. And he missed it. But Garland followed up his own rebound. I mean, he wasn't even the first... Oh, wow. Markkanen's got another 3 at the top of the key, and that rattles out. But that's the difference, I feel. The hunger. And Markkanen's blocked another shot. This time it's Hunter's. And LeVert with the alley-oop combination with Mobley, and the lead's back out at 10. A 7-0 run. And, man, it's the defense that are coming in clutch for Cleveland here. Man. I mean, that was just... That play before summed things up, though. Garland wasn't even remotely close to the ball. There were probably 2 or 3 Hawks players that were closer. And Garland sprinted across to get his own rebound. I mean, it would have helped that he probably knew on release that he missed it. But in saying that, the Hawks have got to be much more alert than that. Hooper Jules, I don't know if you're in the chat or when you sent that. But do I think that Simmons is going to come back in the first round? No, I think the Nets are preparing for a series without Ben Simmons. And if so, I just saw a stat before that Bruce Brown, when defending Tatum, Tatum shoots at a 57%. When KD guards him, he shoots it at 33%. So there you go. That is an indicator that even without Simmons, you just put KD on the guy and Tatum will have a few issues getting the ball up. Or at least his life will be made much tougher. We look at the box score, though. And the Cavaliers, I mean, Markkanen's just picked up where he left off at quarter time, or in the first quarter. Garland still with the 13. Allen with the 8 and hasn't missed. Mobley's been efficient as well. He's a team high plus 17. And yeah, that's probably just the things. The bench has done nothing. Chetty Osman not getting minutes is something that I didn't think was going to happen, but there you go. Well, the good thing for the Hawks is the Cavaliers are now missing their threes, because if they were making those 3-pointers, and mind you, Markkanen probably had a couple more that he should have hit, this game's probably blown out of the water already. It's 3 turnovers in the game for the Cavs as well. They kept that down since the midway point of the second. They're starting to get the offensive rebounds as well, so they're evening it out there, and the Hawks aren't necessarily drawing as many, like a huge amount of opportunities, given they can't create turnovers. So yeah, and you pair that with the fact that the Hawks are 2 of 13 from the 3-point area, so good bloody luck. They're shooting the ball quite similarly to Cleveland, but as I said, the 3-pointers are the difference. They have 8 turnovers, which, mind you, they've cut down in the second quarter, but I mean, the first quarter really killed them in terms of exactly that. Offensive rebounding's good, but as I said, the disparity that they had in the first quarter in their favour has now gone out the window. Herter's been good, but as I said, Bogdanovic has been the guy. He's been the spark plug off the bench. He has kept this team afloat, and I think it sort of calls upon now Trae Young to... He needs to come into his element now, because he has been relatively quiet, and every single time he's in the game, their lineup gets torched. So they've obviously got to fix this up. I don't know what the solution is, really. I think the matchup between the Hawks and the Cavaliers, when you look at it here, it doesn't look good for Atlanta in terms of starting lineup compared to starting lineup. The Cavs just look way better suited. Trae Young's got it here, though, so let's see what he can do here. Herter catch and shoot 3 is good. So I don't know if the Cavs were trying to play a bit of zone there, but Herter just had a wide open look. And all Trae Young needed to do was pass the ball to him, and they had a shot. So interesting stuff, but the Hawks now cut it down to 7. Garland kick out of LeVert. Can he respond? No. And I would live with that shot if I was a Hawks player or Hawks rep, because LeVert isn't known as a brilliant 3-point shooter. Herter again. That one's off, but the ball bumbled out to the corner where Hunter was standing. Now Trae Young got past Allen on the closeout, but then he rolls it back out. He's picked up by Mobley. The step back 3, I mean, what is that? Trae. LeVert's got it now. Marking it in the corner, or the wing. LeVert to Allen. And now Garland. Screen by Allen coming up. Garland step back 3. That's off. And the Hawks box out particularly well there. So Trae Young now got it. Bounce pass to Capella, who slipped to the rim. And it's going to be a foul on Mobley? I think, yeah. It's Evan Mobley picking it up. So, free throw coming up for your boy, Clint Capella. 53-46, and Capella is not a known free throw shooter, so you can probably bank on him at least missing 1, which he's already done. So second free throw coming up for the Atlanta Hawks. Cut it back down to 6. Bogdanovic checks in, which I find very interesting. He did not have a huge rest. Played the majority of the second quarter and the end of the first, but I would sense he's a very important player in determining the result today. Levert with the ball now after Capella made the free throw, the second one, so it's down to 6 again, and Garland's got it. He got past Bogdanovic relatively easy. Markkanen again wide open on a kick out, and the Hawks do it again. They're shooting themselves in the foot by continuously letting Markkanen have a wide open 3 on a kick out every single time. I mean, someone's got to pick him up, right? Trae Young's just missed a wide open layup, and Capella scores through contact on the offensive rebound. So Trae Young has got to fight through that. He can't be looking at the ref and looking for a foul. He's got to fight through it. Garland, another kick out to the wing. Exactly where Markkanen was before. This time it's Levert, and Levert does not disappoint. So leads back out at 10. Every single time that the Hawks... Every single time that the Hawks get down to like a 5-6 point lead for the Cavaliers, the Cavs just score 2 threes and pile them on. And it gets out of this 10-point margin again, which all of a sudden doesn't look as pretty given it's a double-digit deficit now. Trae Young, step back 3 again, and another miss. Jared Allen protects the 3-point line relatively well. Stayed with Trae Young. I think that's an underrated part of his game. His perimeter defense used to be a bit shitty, but it's gotten much better over the years. Mobley, good ball fake. And then he nearly scored off the glass, and Capella has hurt himself. Not good. I'm not sure what happened there because Capella actually brought Mobley down after he applied the ball fake. Capella is absolutely hurting. And all the Hawks players are coming over to see what's up now. So Levert with the extra feed. Mobley missed the shot. Capella dragged him down. And then, does he land on him? Oh! Nearly a hyperextension of the knee. Mobley just fell back into Capella. Let's have a look. Capella was so stiff. He was right in the spot where Capella could have fallen into. It's actually being argued that this could be a flagrant foul in the direction of Capella. So that means that Capella not only has injured his leg, but he's also going to pick up a flagrant in the same play, given he was touched on the shoulder, Mobley. Yeah, Mobley got dragged down on the shoulders, or from the shoulders. So let's see what the verdict is. Capella's going down to the room, so you'd sense that his night's done. So that means a Kongwu will get extended minutes. Already don't have John Collins, the Hawks, so this just makes matters incredibly worse for Atlanta. I don't think it's a flagrant. I think that Capella dragged him down, but not with an excessive amount of force. I don't think that was necessary by Mobley, though. Unless he, lost his footing on the initial landing. I don't think he should have fallen that far back. It's sort of like he was trying to gain more ground on the landing. I don't think that was necessary by what's his name. fans are chanting flagrant foul. Oh, look. I think they'll call it a flagrant. Okay. They didn't call a flagrant. I actually backed that decision by the Cavaliers. Or by the ref, sorry. Clint Capella's in big trouble, though. Even if the Hawks go on and win this game, I can't see him playing the rest of the year. Someone said I don't cheer for injuries, but what happened to Clint Capella's karma? Karma for what? Seriously? That's a joke. He got karma. Karma for what? Oh my god. That wasn't even remotely malicious. He dragged him down, but not with an excessive amount of force, I don't feel. Cavaliers have gone to the line and scored the free throws, though, so it's a 12-point lead. Hawks will hold for 1, and that'll leave the Cavs with 7 seconds. Trae Young's blitzed. Gallinari can feed it to Hunter in the corner. They cover that. Gallinari was fouled. I just think he lost the ball there. I honestly think that Gallinari just fished for a foul and he got it. Capella's copping so much shit on social media, it's unbelievable. I'm not actually... Bro, these guys... Bro, some people don't know... Like... I'm not even going to go there. Gallinari makes both at the free throw line, so he needed to score those 2, and he did. And TLC's come in for defense. Gallinari does well to stay with Garland. That's a deep 3 by Garland. Never the right shot. And it will be a miss. So, Hawks trail by 10 at the half. Clint Capella's copping an absolute crap ton by social media, even though I don't even think shit happened, to be honest. He fouled Mobley. Sure, it wasn't probably the prettiest foul, but seriously, that's a big shame. The Hawks are going to have to play small now. And that's probably the worst possible thing that could happen, given the Cavaliers play 3 bigs. So, I think they're just going to have to play the ultimate small ball lineup. Just go completely all out with that concept. And hopefully that actually evens it out. And that'll force... Well, they go with like a 5-out lineup. And that'll force all the Cavaliers players to have to pick up someone on the outside. And that'll leave the paint wide open. Well, now we'll just look at the box score and see how impactful this is going to be. The Hawks actually, they made inroads, but like, it really felt like the Hawks dominated that quarter a little bit more than what the scoreboard would suggest. It's a 26-25 advantage at the main change. you can see 3 of 17 from deep. Shooting's gone down a little bit. Offensive reboundings remain good. Turnovers have remained down in the second quarter, which is a plus. Problem is, like the Hawks, I thought their first quarter offense looked so much more stagnant. And they only scored 1 extra point in that second quarter when I felt like they had the upper hand. So that is not a good sign. Trae Young, I mean, he's got to get going. 3 of 11 and a half in a go-home type scenario is just not good enough. Herter with 9 is probably the best starter, alongside Capella, who had 4 offensive boards, and I think it's a big shame that, well, he's gone down with injury, and I don't think we'll be seeing him again today, let alone for the rest of the playoffs. Yeah. Bogdanovic with 14, I mean, he's got a big role to play now. The Hawks basically need to get the best offensive shots they can get off. Their set plays need to be flawless because, you know, they can't rely on the offensive rebounding strategy now, given that their primary offensive rebounder is now out of the game. So Okongwu's probably going to need to play a bit of a bigger role in the second half as well. It's going to be tough, though. It is going to be really tough. For the Cavaliers, I mean, 10 threes and a half. You're going to win a game off the back of that and that alone. The 3 turnovers as well, that's been an exceptional part of the game today. They've looked after the ball at all costs. And that's equivalently, they haven't been able to force it, the misses. So, yeah. No, it is a bit of a worry for the Hawks at the moment. And the Cavs are shooting it better. Garland actually hasn't been that efficient, but you're just seeing that Markkanen stat alone. He is the difference maker right now. He's got 17 points and he's made 5 threes. I mean, the Hawks have dug themselves into that hole. Markkanen should not have more than about 8 points. Probably less. I think every single one of his threes has been wide open. And that is, I mean, the Cavaliers are playing a very good drive and kick type game, but man, the Hawks are shooting themselves in the foot. I think that's also what the Cavaliers guards do to you, you know. Draw all that attention, force the defense to collapse, and then, you know, yeah. And then the rest is history, you know. They get open looks in the corner as a result of, you know, teams ganging up and collapsing their defense into the paint. So Cavaliers have not needed anything from their bench either. I think credit to them. 8 points is a minimum from their starters, Allen and LeVert. And even those two are shooting it very well. Well, Allen's only taken 3 shots. LeVert, 3 of 8's not bad, but he's knocked down 2 threes on 50%. So if that holds up, then obviously the Cavs are going to be pretty unstoppable. 5 dimes as well for LeVert, 5 dimes for Garland, 3 steals for Garland. Has he been their best player? I think he's up there. But I think obviously Markkanen's probably the best. You need to, if you get those shots, you need to knock them down, and Markkanen is punished almost every single time he's gotten an opportunity. So there you have it. Markkanen's threes, he's gotten the 5 threes he's made has been from the wings or the corner. There's been no top of the key threes, so he's just sitting in the corner. I mean, surely you just learn that. I just looked at the map. I just looked at the shooting map, and it's not any more obvious. Like, you just would have thought that the Hawks will continue to learn, and that was their focal point at the main break. That's what you would have thought. They would have honed their focus on, you know, stopping players like Markkanen from getting easy threes. But now, instead, it is it's a 10-point deficit, and 17 points have come from Markkanen. So, difference maker right there. And as much as they quelled his influence in the second quarter, they've got to keep on doing that because, what is it, 30... he could be on track for a 30-piece, so if you're giving Markkanen 30 points in a playing game, well then, if you told me that prior, I would have just said the Hawks don't stand a chance. And obviously that Capella injury has done them... Well, it's given them even more things to worry about, given he was giving them a lot of second chance opportunities in the second quarter, or in the first half, should I say. But let's just talk about some other news for just a second. Brooklyn Nets have made the playoffs. Obviously, we haven't done a stream in about a week. Last time I covered one was Nets Cleveland, and a lot has happened since then. The Cavaliers... Oh, no, well, we beat the Cavaliers, but we beat the Pacers on Monday, or whenever it was, on Sunday. And that was a win where we scored 134 and gave away 126. Then you got the game against the Cavaliers, which we won, and that was more defensively driven. The key contributors to winning the Boston series... Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the blatantly obvious ones, but Bruce Brown and Nicholas Claxton, I think, are two of the most important players in the series for the Nets. Claxton, I think, while Robert Williams is out, I think Claxton's rim protection and Bruce Brown's do-it-all skill set is going to be decisive. Because that guy can rebound, he can get assists, he can score. He scores in the paint like a big man. And he now has developed a corner three. And he's got ability to steal the ball, block shots on the outside. He's an all-round type player, and he's a problem. He's a problem. And I don't know who you put Bruce on. I reckon you have to put him on Jaylen Brown. And I would put KD on Tatum. So yeah, I think that could be grouse to see him perform in the playoffs. Obviously, comes so far because he was on the brink at the start of the year. People were calling for him to be traded and whatnot, and well, obviously Sean Marks knew something that we didn't by not trading him. I've just seen some other news. Paul George has tested positive, so that is probably the worst possible timing for the Clips because they've got a playing game today, and a loss would see them not make the playoffs. Obviously, whoever wins has to play Phoenix, so bloody good luck winning 4 games in that series, but regardless, it's it's not a good one. Not a good one at all. Doncic is out. Steph Curry is probable for game 1. There's a lot of news happening. A lot of news happening in this game. Or in the NBA world at the moment. But I really want to see Bruce Brown's stats because I think that's probably that's something I'm really interested about at the moment. Obviously, it's no secret that your boy has improved since the All-Star break. But if I just look at his game log for a second, he has so in the whole month of March, man's only had 2 single-digit point games, and that was... and 8 was the highest in a game, or the lowest, in which he played 24 minutes. And then the previous time that he scored under 10 was against Toronto, where he played 33 minutes. So that's probably the most... well, that makes sense. That makes sense. But then before that, you have to look to the 17th of February, which was... before the All-Star break. I was about to say the international break. Before the All-Star break. So since the All-Star break, he has had 2 games. Actually, no, he's had 3 games where he's scored sub 10 points. That is an outrageously good stat for him. So, given how far he's come, you look in the month of January, for example, that guy did not exceed 27 minutes in a game, and thus he only got into double digits twice in the whole month of January, and it was 10 points on 2 occasions. So you're seeing the drastic change since James Harden has left this team. It started extremely slow, I have to add. Extremely slow. And now it's just consistent 10 plus points. He's getting 5 plus rebounds on numerous occasions. He's assisting the ball, which is good. And in terms of blocks and steals, he had 4 blocks in a game against Memphis. He's had 3 steals on a couple of occasions. And most recently against Indiana, he had, in the last game of the year, 21 points in 38 minutes. 21 points, 7 boards, 3 dimes, 2 blocks, 3 steals. I mean, that is just the all-round glue guy. And then the game prior against Cleveland, 18 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, 4 blocks, 1 steal. There you have it again. So he's been absolutely exceptional. And he's cracked 40 minutes only twice this year, which, I mean, previous to this season, you wouldn't have ever seen that coming. But he's been so important to our success. I mean, he's arguably the 3rd most important player behind Kyrie and KD, which is really baffling to think about given where he was at the start of the year. But he has been so important, and he's knocked down threes at a pretty good rate since the All-Star break, I have to say. He knocked down 3 threes in that away win against the Bucks. He's knocked down 3 threes in the loss against Miami. He's knocked down 3 threes in the win against Detroit. He knocked down 3 threes in the loss against Milwaukee again, in that overtime loss. He did not miss a 3 against Houston, and he knocked down 2 against Cleveland. And then I can't see the game log for the other matchup, the play-in game, because that game as well, I think he was borderline very close to a triple-double as well. Let's just have a look quickly. Bruce Brown, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. So there you have it again. Plus 16 team high. And Claxton off the bench. I mean, he can't make free throws for dear life, but the other day in the plane, 13 points, 9 boards, not 1 miss from the field. He missed 5 of his 6 free throws, but we forget about that. And the 5 blocks. So there you have it. And Kevin Durant had 3 blocks and 2 steals. So, I mean, those are like the Twin Towers, basically, in the front court for the Nets, which is a really positive sign. But the second half is about to commence here. And it is indeed the Hawks bringing it out from the side. We've got 1 half of basketball remaining for one of these sides this season. And let's see what there is to offer. Clint Capella will not return. So the Hawks are starting a Kongwu in the second half. Trae Young scores a 3 from a few feet behind the line to kick us off in this second half. And that is a very welcome sight for Trae. Levert. Allen threw Young out of the way. And it looks like we may have a foul call on a Kongwu. That Capella injury just is so nasty. The more you look at it, the worse it gets. He can walk on it, but I would suspect there's a bit of damage there, and he will be out for a bit of time. Granted, it won't matter if they lose, but anyway, Allen's got it. Markkanen somehow was on Trae Young, so that was an easy score under the basket. No answers there. Trae Young, screen by Kongwu. and switch. So Allen will pick up Young again. He's doubled. Herder has a wide open 3. He did not take it. He took it to the cup and took advantage of the Cleveland player who was closing out pretty quickly. So, good dime there and well worked by the Hawks. Garland. Good ball fake, and the mid-range, I mean, it was wide open for him, and he's missed it pretty badly, given the space he had. So, Hawks can cut the deficit. Another 3 for Trae Young. This one's off. He's got to stop shooting the 3, man. He's got to take it to the basket. You'd think he would just know. You'd think he would just know. That he would assess the situation. And just take it to the basket. Mobley with an easy slam. Good extra feed. They've been good at that, the Cavs. The extra feed on numerous occasions. When the Hawks commit to one player, the extra feed basically frees another player up for an easy score. Hunter. Picked up by Markkanen on the wing. Shoots the midi. Scores over the top. Well done by Hunter there. Garland. Allen. Nearly lost the handle. Mobley. Shoots a midi again. And scores again. From the elbow this time. Trae Young now to Gallinari, who posts up Levert on at the elbow. Looks like we're going to get a foul on Karras or someone. Looks like maybe Mobley's going to pick it up. Looks like it's a defensive 3 on one of the Cavs defenders. I think it was Mobley. So easy score for Trae Young at the line, and it will be Cavs or Hawks ball on the side. So they try to feed it to Gallinari, who was falling out of play, hit it off Mobley's leg, and it ended up hitting Gallinari while he was out of play. So very stiff there, but now the Cavs have got it. And Garland at the top of the key. Got right past Trae Young, who actually slapped the ball. So well done to interrupt the possession there. But it still will be Cleveland ball. So Jared Allen to Karras. Garland, good play. Oh, he's got it. Surely that counts. Surely that counts. So, Jared Allen set a pretty hard screen on Herder to free up Garland for the corner 3. Then, in trying to contest it, he hit Allen and Garland knocked the 3 down. So, it's going to count and 1. So, that is probably the worst thing that could have happened. What are they trying to dispute now? I think they're trying to figure out whether the foul occurred on the shot. Before or after. It's a close one. Gee, it's a tough one. I've also just clocked Trae Young has not taken a free throw in this game apart from that technical. So, yeah, not promising. Not promising at all. So, yeah. Let's have a look. It's not going to count as a 3. Wow. So it's going to be... Wow. It's not a continuation. The foul happened prior. Connor says Trae Young, you ain't Steph Curry. Yeah, oh, he's not even remotely close to Steph Curry. But yeah, he hasn't had one of his best performances. Trae Young there had a chance there to pick up the steal, but it just worked out his way anyways. The ball went out off Cleveland after they lost the ball. So Hawks got the ball here. I think the silver lining out of this at the moment is the Hawks, well, they've not got a great performance out of Trae Young, and they're only down 8. Trae, beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense, right? So Atlanta literally scored the basket. It took 5 seconds after the ball went through that they called an offensive foul. Trae Young with the feed to Okongwu. What? Okongwu scored the hook shot. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if the contact was there. It was there, but he did hit him. But what is Okongwu supposed to do? That's a bit bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. That was probably not worthy of an offensive foul. No. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. So, at the moment, things aren't going the Hawks' way. I honestly did not like that whistle. They called that so late after the shot went down that, I mean, seriously, you reverse that? It's a bit of a tough one, but you know, is what it is. I mean, umpires are going to call some random shit. At least the good thing is I'm a neutral in this game, so I can't get infuriated. I'm going to stay very rational and level-headed in this match. So that's a positive for me. But yeah, that call on Okongwu, I don't think was a call. Hell no. It did touch Jared Allen, but he put so much mayo on that. It was pretty unbelievable. That's not a good call. Not at all. Someone said the Cavs are getting robbed by the officials. Well, that's a load of shit. It's pretty even. So, oh man, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Put your predictions as to who you reckon will win this game. That's my question to you. Who do you reckon? I still think the Cavs will hold on, but I don't know why I somewhat back the Hawks. Or I have faith that the Hawks can make a game out of this. Yeah. We're just waiting on the halftime break because they love to take so long. Let's have a look. Let's see what's being said. What is the verdict? Let's have a look. You cannot call that an offensive foul. Okay, yeah. So it is a righteous call by the refs. They have overturned it, and that means that the Hawks will get the basket. Garland, screen by Allen. Allen rolls. Garland alley-oop with the little guidance. And it's a 69-61 lead, Cleveland. Trae Young, guarded heavily. Hunter on the wing. Goes down the middle. Scores off that glass. That was a lovely play by Hunter. Playing like a point guard. And I find it quite miraculous it's only a 6-point game. Garland. Wonderful score. I mean, the high arcing floater by Garland was pure. And Garland, I mean, bro, that guy's shooting the ball like ass. Heard a beautiful set play. I don't know if there was an off-ball screen set for him to free him up under the basket, but the Cavs were not awake to that. And the Hawks have another score. LeVert trying to drive on Trae Young. You back him in to do that. Now the switch. No. LeVert, kick out of Mobley. Well covered, but they got a wide open three, and LeVert misses it. You live with that if you're a Hawks player. Trae Young. Hunter snuck behind. Oh my God, Mobley. What a recovery. I thought for all money Hunter has an easy dunk there, and Mobley met him at the summit. Mobley feeds it to LeVert. Allen. And Allen flattened DeAndre Hunter. And it will be Atlanta ball, offensive foul deemed. How on earth has Mobley gotten a hand to that? I mean, the length really helps and the long strides, but how has Hunter... Bro, how has Mobley done that? Here we go, Herter. Missed it off back iron. Cavaliers scramble to get the loose ball. And now Garland. Mobley's got it on Herter, or picked up by Herter, and Herter picks up a foul. So 71-65, and Bogdanovic checks in for Herter. He's picked up 4 fouls, so intriguing stuff. Intriguing stuff. And Okoro's also checked in. Garland. And now LeVert. Stops and then crosses up. Oh, wow. Bro, what were the Cavs doing? In the blink of an eye, the shot clock expired, and they hadn't even gotten a shot up. So, there you go. And the Cavaliers are now still up by 6, but the Hawks have possession. Can cut it to 4. Cavaliers are now nearly leveling out with the Hawks on turnovers. So, there you have it. Young with a good kick out. Gallinari 1-2 with Hunter. Hunter's shot is off. Rebound by the Cavs is good. LeVert, they got to watch the Mobley run it behind. LeVert gets it back and out of Garland, who's picked up by the older Gallinari. Here we go. You back him in to knock down a 3 1-on-1. He fakes the 3. Markkanen on the catch. Missed it. I think that's his first 3-point attempt in the half. At least that's what it feels like. Trae Young, behind the back, cross, step back. No. I'll tell you what, he created the separation that I would have given him the benefit of the doubt there with good shot selection, but could not knock down the 3. Hawks shooting it like garbage from the outside. Garland fakes the 3. Mobley fakes the pass. Is he going to take it himself? He takes Okongwu off the dribble. And Okoro got met at the basket, but it will be a foul. And Okoro got the score. So we'll get one more free throw. Let's have a look. Yep, Trae Young's man there. For some reason, Trae Young decided to go with Hunter to Markkanen, which meant that Okoro could just easily cut baseline and score the easiest of shots. We've got 5 minutes to play in the third. It's a 74-65 lead. And Trae Young will bring it up. Beautiful dime to Bogdanovic. Except he didn't score it, so it's not a dime, but it will be free throws. The precision on that pass was pretty unbelievable. Disclaimer, I won't be covering game 1. I will be covering game 2, though, for Nets Celtics. First game is at 5:30 in the morning, so no thank you. Bogdanovic makes the first free throw. What a game, though. Nets v Celtics. I'm so excited. Bogdanovic has not missed a free throw, nor has he missed a shot. And the free throw is good. So it's a 7-point game. Rondo checks in. Garland remains. So no Levert on the floor. Mobley 3. Hit back iron. It was a brick. Right to Hunter. Bogdanovic in the corner. Goes baseline. Does not shoot it. Kick out of Hunter is the sensible play. And he missed it badly. Rondo. Ahead to Garland. On the wing. Garland. Still Garland. Has to pick up his dribble. Rondo's got it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Garland's going to have to heave up a shot. Step back 3 is off. Markkanen rose up over everyone else and scored an amazing tip-in. But he is so sore. He's very sore at the elbow / forearm. Did he knock it? I'm not sure if it got caught up in a tangle. It was the left arm, so it wasn't the one that actually tipped the ball in. Which would make sense because I didn't see contact there. Bogdanovic, his life is being made difficult. He kicks it out to Hunter, who drives and scores through contact. Tough make. It's back down to 7. Markkanen looks okay. Garland weaves through traffic. Tried to draw a foul. Hunter does very, very well there. First to the ball. Markkanen was over the top. And it's going to be a foul on him. Garland wanted a whistle as well. So, Hunter did very well there to protect the space. That is well done by DeAndre Hunter. Established position. Markkanen's only taken the 1 shot in this second half. He's only... Well, it was 5 of 8 at halftime. He's now 5 of 9 from 3. So... Interesting. Love is in the game. 3:18 to play. Trae Young. Gorgie Dang is in the game. So they're really delving into the stocks here. Trae Young. He's got Gallinari there. He shoots the 3. And he knocks down the 3 on the wing. And they're going to need some blokes to step up. Especially if Trae Young is just half asleep. And Gallinari has started to pick up the pace after he was off to a pretty slow start in the first quarter. It's a 4-point game. This is the closest they've gotten it every single time they fight back into it. Good defense by Wright on Garland. Rondo now picked up by Young. He got right past him. Okoro kick out. He missed it, and Rondo mistimed his jump for a tip-in. Lead is cut down some more if Young scores. Behind the back, or behind the head, and Gorgie Deng, or Jang, chucked up a 3, which you would live for if you're a Cavaliers supporter. 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Garland, picked up by Wright. It's going to be a carry on Darius Garland. 2 minutes, 12 remaining, and we've finally got a timeout. I mean, it's been so long since we've had one of those. And the Hawks have once again made some timely inroads. They've needed to do it. And we look at the box score. And you will see that the Cavaliers have sort of taken their foot off the gas a little bit. I mean, it's a 15-point quarter offensively, which isn't going to cut it. They have not hit a 3 this quarter. And that is testament to the Hawks holding them up extremely well. Bench still haven't really gotten much from them. Starting lineup, I mean, their starting lineup's been pretty exceptional, but Garland has been inefficient. He's actually been probably more inefficient than Trae Young. And the interesting thing is Garland's already logged 30 minutes. So at the moment, he's on track to play about... Well, he's not playing the rest of the way, but he's definitely going to have a 40-minute game. 19 shots for 6 makes is just not ideal. 6 turnovers, that has actually gone up as the quarters have gone on. Offensive rebounding has now disappeared for the Cavs as well. They had a lot of hustle in the first half. They either haven't had the opportunity to do it or haven't had the willingness to do it, number 2. Hawks haven't had an offensive rebound either in the quarter, but difference is they've started to make 3-point shots as well. They were 3 of 17 and now they're 5 of 23. So, mind you, the improvement hasn't been huge, but, you know, good enough. Shooting is very even, just generally speaking. It actually is bang on the same. It's the 3-point shots. The Hawks have actually gotten to the free throw line a little bit more in this second half. Trae Young's still shooting the ball like shit. Herter's actually been efficient. He's been like a silent achiever in this game. 21 minutes and 6 of 10 from the field. I honestly didn't think that he was their second highest scorer in this game. Gallinari, 4 of 10 as well. That's not too bad. And DeAndre Hunter. I mean, they've all shot it pretty inefficiently. Bogdanovic has been really important, though. As we said, in the first half, he needs to score 25. And he's on track to get there. He has not missed the shot either, so that really helps. Hawks also distributing the ball a lot more. They had 8 assists in the first half. They've got 6 in one quarter. So there you have it. That's really just summing it up. To be brutally honest. But we'll see what this the rest of the game has to bring. But Trae Young, I mean, Darius Garland has avoided a lot of shit because Trae Young's been bad, but Garland's been equally garbage. I think the difference is Trae Young's turned the ball over a lot, and Garland's been able to distribute the ball and not seem like as much of a liability as Trae Young has every single time he's on the floor. So no, it's interesting. It is interesting. The Hawks are shooting at 62% from the 2-point line, or inside the 3-point line, and 22% from outside. Cavs started 6 of 7 from 3 and have since been 4 of 19. Hawks just scored another basket. Trae Young just got past the defense, and then Garland lost it out of bounds. He bounced it off his foot, so the Hawks can actually tie this game up. Trae Young just weaved through a beautiful crossover to get past Allen. Completely unsuspecting. Trae Young, deep 3. He's got it. And the Hawks have the lead. Only Trae Young can just pull up like that and score 3 like that. Bar Steph Curry, but... Rondo. Garland off the screen. He missed it. Okoro, good rebound. First one of the quarter. LeVert. He's got a wide open 3. I don't know why they were leaving him wide open. DeLon Wright just stood there watching. He actually went away as if LeVert had COVID or some shit. So, LeVert with the response to give the Cavs the lead back. Trae Young. Picked up by J.A. Another deep 3. Again! Oh my god. Trae Young, he's been arsed from three-point land all day. But he's knocked down 2 quick ones after going 1 of 7 prior. LeVert to respond. Yes! It's a 3-point shootout and LeVert with the step back 3 gives them the lead back. It's a back and forth game, this one. And Allen's going to pick up a foul. And Trae Young's just knocked down another 3 after the whistle was blown. So I think Trae Young's woken up now, boys. I think he's woken up, fellas. Good bloody luck. Trae Young. It's a foul on Jared Allen again. Body bump. And the Hawks are in the bonus. So Trae Young going to the line. Here we go. Here we go, fellas. Free throw for Trae Young is good. What is that? I think the fucking washing machine's on or some shit. Trae Young makes both. It's tied at 82. Garland. 20 points for Trae. 14 in the quarter. Garland under the basket. Rolls Gallinari back out of the perimeter. 1-on-1 in the corner. Step back 3. Got it! Well, it's actually a mid-range. It's counted as a 2. I thought it was a 3, but now now both teams are knocking down some outrageous shots on the perimeter. Trae Young will get 2 shots again, and the Cavaliers crowd are very vocal about how disappointed they are. Let's have a look. That is a foul and a half. I don't know what the Cavaliers fan base are claiming. They probably got the other angle, which didn't show them that he got hit. Garland, unfortunately, had his foot on the line, but... So Trae Young's gone 4 of 6 in the quarter. And all of a sudden, I don't think these Trae Young haters can really be out without feeling shameful. They've got to go back into their cave. Trae Young makes both free throws. It is tied at 84. Garland cross move. Nearly lost the ball. Oh, wow. He was looking for the alley-oop with Jared Allen, but the pass was way too heavy, and it ricocheted off the backboard. But we have got an absolutely brilliant last quarter coming up. We've got a brilliant one. It is all tied at 84. You win this quarter, you win the game. At this point, you basically treat it like it's 0-0. You're starting over. You were starting over. So, here we go. I mean, I'd have to say the Cavaliers, but if Trae Young starts to scorch, there could be a problem. If you're a Cleveland supporter or follower. Yeah, so let's have a look at the box score real quick. Hawks, I mean, they were 3 of 17. They went 4 of 8 in the quarter from 3-point range. Turnovers, ill. Trae Young, 7 of 17. I'll give him credit for fighting through the shooting slump. And ultimately, he's got to lead the way the rest of the way. Bogdanovic, I think, is going to be really key offensively, but it's got to be Trey. He's got to be the guy that facilitates it all. He's got to not turn the ball over more than once, and he's got to contribute to nearly every single Hawks bucket in the last. For the Cavaliers, Markkanen only got off, I reckon, 2 shots, which was key. Garland, 7 of 21. He has been inefficient as hell. Karis LeVert knocked down some late threes, which I think came out of nowhere. Yeah, and Jared Allen hasn't missed a shot still, so keeping that perfect record. He's very efficient, but who's the game changer for the Cavs in the last quarter? It's got to be Garland. I think he's got to replicate exactly what Trae Young did at the end of the quarter. You know, Trae Young was going at pedestrian pace for a lot of the game, and all of a sudden he just started knocking down threes like they were nothing. They were opting to go under the screens, and Trae Young was like, well, I'll just utilize that. They did knock down some threes late in the quarter, courtesy of LeVert, as I said. But apart from that, they have defended the three exceptionally well since probably quarter time, really. 7 turnovers as well. They've started to force the turnovers, which is good for the Hawks and their prospects of winning. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting. DeLon Wright is a team high plus 16 off the bench. Okongwu is a plus 14. I think he played 9 minutes that quarter, so he's probably going to be the big that they run with to the end of the game. I mean, Capella was a negative 21, so could be actually a blessing in disguise if you think about it, but here we go. Last quarter's coming up. I mean, put your predictions. I'm interested to see what results of this. Let's have a look. Okay, so Bickerstaff has said that they need to crowd Trae Young. So that means there's a lot of blitzing coming. That means Bogdanovic's role is going to be absolutely huge. LeVert is fouled. And it will be free throws once again. Trae Young's, well, he scored or assisted on 27 of their 33 points in the quarter. So there you have it. That's got to be replicated in the last if they're to win this game. Jang will start the last quarter as the center. Karis LeVert makes both at the line. So there you go. DeLon Wright will bring it up. Bogdanovic trying to get freed up off a double screen. Bogdanovic. Gorgie Jang with the offensive foul. He probably has to perform whilst your boy's off, Okongwu. And whilst Capella's off, obviously, because he's injured, but that's not going to help the cause, giving away offensive fouls. Garland, LeVert. And it looks like they want to try to get the switch, but Bogdanovic stays with. And they force the turnover. Well done by the Hawks defending the PNR. And now Bogdanovic. Looks like he's going to be the guy facilitating the offense whilst Trae Young's off the floor. Bogdanovic got past. Allen missed the floater. First miss of the game for him. LeVert one-on-one with Gallinari. Allen handoff to Markkanen. And now Garland. He thought it was a travel. Or a carry. Well defended again on the pick and roll. Allen hit the deck. Markkanen's going to have to chuck up a contested three and he missed it. Bogdanovic strong board. It's getting a little bit physical here. Zhang has Gallo in the paint. Levert's trying to fight for position. Here we go. The crowd's getting into it. Gallinari's step back is well short. And Levert, that is exceptional defense. That's well done. Exceptional stuff. Garland. Allen rolls. And... well, Bogdanovic thought that it came off Cleveland. He could have easily recovered that ball. He just let it go out of play. And instead, he's let Cleveland get an extra possession. Levert was exceptional, though, on that last play. That fighting for position. That was lovely. So Levert now to Rondo and Levert. They don't have time to shoot it. Hawks with an exceptional possession once again. It's 86-84. DeLon Wright has been so good for them in this game. So good. He's got the ball now picked up by Mobley. He'll wait for the screener, which is Gallinari. It's now a switch. Gallinari guarded by Mobley. A Kongwu screen. Gallinari goes down the middle and was fouled by Mobley. Markkanen actually got the block, but unfortunately, the foul happened earlier than that. Yeah, that was a little bit of a push by Mobley. Unfortunately for him. Free throw is good. And the second free throw now. Is good. Rondo. Karras. Here we go. One-on-one. Step back three. Ah. That almost looked like it was going to go off the glass. Soft bounce through the cup. Young definitely got fouled. That one rattled around the rim. And it will be a timeout. The Hawks are up 2. And this is an absolute cracker, this game. Absolute cracker. I will be right back in just a moment. Just going to have a little bathroom break. I will be back in just a sec. Okay, we're back. Yeah. Alright. Not sure what the score is. Won't be too long. I don't know who wins it from here. I'll tell you what, this is quite puzzling because I thought the Hawks were down and out. I thought the Capella injury would have led to them. I would have thought that would have led to the the Capella injury would have led to just the Cavs big men just wiping the floor. But instead it's been the complete polar opposite. We've actually gotten a wonderful second half Trae Young response here. Instead, yeah, they're up. Okoro in the corner to Rondo. Garland. One-on-one with the Kongwu. He didn't even hit the rim, and it's another violation. So here we go. Trae Young. Beautiful behind the back. Through the legs. Feed! Ah! He took one extra dribble of Kongwu. That would have been an absolute highlight. And instead, it's a turnover. Garland. One-on-one. Pass. Oh! Gee, that was close there. On the wing, it was a loose ball that was bobbling about. It could have easily gone off Cav or Hawk. I reckon it actually went off the Hawks player. No, it's gone off a Cavs arm. Evan Mobley. Trae Young now. ISO with Markkanen. Absolutely destroyed Markkanen on the dribble drive. Got right past him. And a beautiful score at the cup means the Hawks extend their lead to their largest. Garland. Picked up by DeLon Wright. He's been a game changer. Garland missed the layup. Wright probably stood on the sideline. Trae Young is fouled again. Got tangled. I don't know if it's going to be shooting. Probably is. So it's going to be a side out. No shooting. 7:20 to play. Lead remains at 4. Hawks have the ball, so they can extend it to an even bigger 2-possession game. Markkanen. Oh, Trae Young. Bro, he is torching Markkanen right now. That is not the matchup you want. It's now an 8-0 run for the Hawks in nearly 5 minutes. Garland. They need a score right now. Garland. Top of the key. Pass to Levert was a bit loose. He's got it though. Markkanen's going to have to catch and shoot heave. He missed it. And Hawks get the rebound. Okongwu with a crucial tip to ensure that he got that rebound over Levert. And now Trae Young. ISO on Levert. He has it at the logo. They blitz. Trae Young. Beautiful dish. Bogdanovic top of the key. Yes! And the Hawks are up 9. The Cavaliers could be seeing it slip. Garland weaves to the paint. or through the paint, and he scores the push shot. First time in about 5 minutes they've scored. Quite baffling, that. Here we go. They need a stop. They've struggled to get him recently. Trae Young is getting basically doubled every time. Feed to Bogdanovic. No. DeLon Wright. Oh. Oh my god, wow. Okay, Cavaliers crowd are so upset. But basically what happened, DeLon Wright nearly saved it. Then it ricocheted through to a Cavs player, got it ahead to Mobley, and Bogdanovic wrapped him up. It's a very disciplined foul there by Bogdanovic. He could have easily fucked it up and also given away the 2 points, but instead, he's making Mobley earn him at the line. We're going to get a timeout here. Hawks are up 6, and they've got 1 free throw to still shoot the Cavs, so right now the Hawks are the better side and honestly look like they deserve to win. We look at the stat line. The Hawks are shooting it at 50% from the field. Trae Young is now shooting it at 50%. It's a very far cry from what he was dishing up in the first half. Herter 6 of 10. Bogdanovic 19 points on 8 shots. I mean, look at the efficiency there. Been to the line a lot. It's been pretty even in a lot of areas. The turnovers have gone back up for the Hawks. But it's the shooting that's really helping him. And Trae Young is leading the way. He's got the 9 dimes. He has not turned it over since the first quarter. Which is really, really important. And now you're seeing a lot of... Well, they've got 12 turnovers, but the Hawks have only had 7... Or the Cavs have only had the 7 steals. So there you have it. In the first half, they were getting steals for every turnover the Hawks had, but it's a different story here. Cavs are shooting it worse now. They've still got the upper hand on threes, but it's no longer as lopsided. And 4 free throws extra for the Hawks, so that's the difference. Yeah. But you're seeing a lot of players log minutes. Garland's already on 37. I mean, bit of a minute overload, but I guess in a win or go home type scenario, you want to be playing your players as long as possible. Right now, Garland's got the 19. Markkanen leads it with 21. So he's dropped off, though. He has not hit a 3 in the second half. And obviously that's where the separation was in the first half. And it's just gone MIA. MIA. So, man, I do back the Hawks in a win. I would not be surprised if Cleveland go on a late quarter run, but you look at what the Hawks have done in the first half, and I just have faith in them to close this one out, really. They just look more destined at the moment. And as I said, the Cavs look in trouble. 5 points in a half a quarter. It's not good. Am I missing something? Mobley's been wrapped around the neck twice and neither was a flagrant foul. That's so bullshit. One probably was, or was on probably the right side of being called a flagrant and wasn't. The other one is just not even remotely close. They're not flagrants. Or that one is definitely not a flagrant. He's clearly wrapped him up below the shoulders and people are trying to argue the point. People are trying to argue the point. Not even close, mate. Mobley misses the second. And usually the timeouts work well like that. You take one and then you break the momentum by calling like a 2-minute timeout. Markkanen got it by Trey. Levert helps out. Gallinari now picked up by Mobley. Switch. Allen on him. 4 seconds to shoot. Step back midi is off. Mobley. They get the long board. They can push the pace. Mobley handles the ball. Garland skip pass. Markkanen. Half asleep, the Hawks defense. And it's a wide open 3, which finally goes for Markkanen. And that's the first one of the half for him. He needed to hit that. Trae Young. It cuts the lead to 3. Defense. Defense. Here we go, Trae. Step back 3. Oh, that looked really good off the release. And now Garland will get it ahead. Hand off to Markkanen. Picked up by Gallo. Oh, what? Fair enough. I mean, I need to see the replay. That looked like a clean strip, but of the ball. Let's have a look. No, he got him on the hip there. That is not a yeah, that's not legal. It's going to be a side out, though. Levert's got it. 4:35 to play. Allen. Garland. Shoots the 3. It's off. That was a very good look. Allen did well to free up Garland. The defender went under the screen. And usually that doesn't end well if you're guarding a 3-point shooter. Trae. Tries to drive on Markkanen. Well done. Beautiful fake. It looks like he was going to roll it back out, but then he hesitated at the last second and Markkanen was unsuspecting. Garland into the paint. Mobley with a flush. Two-handed flush. And another timeout. The Hawks use their final one before the 3-minute mark. And it's getting into the crunch time now. This is the big bucks moments. This is what you get paid for. You know? We'll see who wins this, but hey, as I said, 95-92, I believe is the score. 97-94. So the Cavs have done well to fight back at the end. Obviously they scored like 4 points in a half, or half a quarter, and it looked to be all lost, but you know, in the last couple of possessions they've evened it out, gotten a few stops, and this one's going to be built off defense. I mean, yeah, it's going to be the stops at the end of the game that are going to get a team a win. And well, looking at the players on the floor, you'd expect the Cavaliers to be the better side defensively. So you'd say that they're probably positioned to win. Obviously, winner will go into the playoffs to take on the Miami Heat. Here we go. 3:50 to play. This is crunch time. Trae Young got the ball. Picked up by Levert. High screen. Not used. Oh my god! And Trae Young with the shimmy. That 3 was about 10 feet behind the line and he's hit it. He is absolutely outrageous, Trae Young. Levert to Allen. Brooklyn Nets connection. And Allen is fouled. Bro, where did he shoot that from? The logo! From the fucking logo! And Allen misses the free throw. Wow. Second shot. Knocks it down. So they missed a couple free throws on their last few trips. Will it come back to haunt them? Dunno, man. 5-point game. Trae Young. He's looking for a dagger. Beautiful passing along the perimeter. Gallinari misses the three. Garland with the rebound. I would suspect he'd try to get a foul call there. On and over the back. Garland's life is not going to be made easy. 2:50 to play. Garland drives. Kicks to the corner. Markkanen walking a tightrope. One on by Hunter. I love that assignment. Levert deep three. It's an air ball. That is an exceptional defensive play. First Herder to force the pass. And there was some help coverage in the paint. And then DeAndre Hunter playing Markkanen like glue. Like, that guy had no space. Absolutely zero. And a forced a miss ultimately. A heave by Levert. Top of the key. Trae Young has 27 in the second half. Unreal. Passed at the corner for Bogdanovic. Gets past Allen. Back out of Herder. Deep three. I mean, that's never the shot. Allen did well to get the rebound. Hunter was there hunting it down. Garland pull up midi. Got it! 2 minutes to play. 3-point game. Here we go. Garland got 20. Trae. ISO with Levert. They double him. Herder. Step back. No. Gives it back to Trae. One-on-one with Garland. Oh my god. The dribble moves did not work. They got the stop, the Cavs. 1:30 to play. The coach is going to let it run. Oh. Mobley's fouled. As he was going up for the dunk, Hunter with the foul. Here we go. Free throws are important. You can't come up empty. That's a very good foul by Hunter. First free throw by Mobley is good. Gee, that was tense. Nearly rattled out. Gallinari, has now gone out for DeAndre Hunter. So that is a really weird move. And I also don't think Bogdanovic is in the game either. No, he is in the game. Mobley second. Oh my god, both of them rattle and go down. So, a 1-point game with 1:20 to play. Both coaches are just letting the game pan out. Trae. Got it by Markkanen. He's got his work cut out for him. To Bogdanovic and back to Trae. He got past them both. And scored the floater. Wow. Garland. Here we go. Screen by Allen. Are they going to go for the 3 or the 2? He gets to the paint. Back out of Allen. Levert. Oh no, they went for the alley-oop. What are they doing? It's going to be a foul on Cleveland. They went chasing the ball after the alley-oop attempt was unsuccessful. And I don't know if they're in the bonus. Levert tried to find Mobley. The pass was just a bit too far in front, which allowed Atlanta to get their hands on it. Or interrupted enough. Trae Young can ice the game here. Gallinari in the corner. Posts up Garland. He's doubled. He turned it over. Oh no! They gave it away! Herder got in the way. Young got through, and I think it's going to be free throws. Kevin Huerter with an absolutely crucial defensive effort there. When it looked like the Cavaliers had an opportunity to tie the game, Huerter read Markkanen's pass like a book. And wow, what could have been for Cleveland now can become a 2-possession game. I don't know what just slammed, but that's triggering. Trae Young makes the first free throw. So, lead is now a 2-possession game. And Trae Young is 30.5. He's missed 4 of his 14 shots. And Trae Young gets the lead out to 5. So, the Cavaliers, if they don't score off this, it is absolutely curtains. It is curtains for Cleveland and their season. I'm not going to call it just yet, but they are not in a very good spot. The second half has been all defense, though. 53 points to Atlanta, 38 to Cleveland. After the Cavs go out and score 61 in the first half. We look at the box score, and you can see Trae Young started off, I reckon, he was 3 of 11 at halftime, and he's gone out and hit 4 threes out of 7. And is 10 of 14 overall in the half. Huerter, big, crucial defensive possession. Just then to give them this 2-possession lead when it could have potentially been a 5-point swing and the Cavs could have tied it. Gallinari's knocked down a couple big shots. Bogdanovic has been huge. It's been Trae Young though, man. We'll just see what they've drawn up. We'll see what they've drawn up, the Cavaliers. This could be decisive. The Hawks just keep on giving in big-time games, man. Trae Young, 6 points. It's very easy to be down and out after having a shit-house first half. But in the second half, Cleveland have scored 38, and Trae Young scored or assisted on 42 Atlanta points. So there you have it. That's the game in a nutshell. They needed Trae Young to step up. And if it wasn't Trae Young, they needed someone else to. Bogdanovic in the first half, Trae Young in the second half. Let's see what the Cavaliers do here. TLC comes in. Nets legend. They got 24 seconds to do something with. Mobley. Looking for the inbound. They just get it in to Garland. It's a 3-point chuck up. He missed it. They get the board. Mobley missed the layup. Hawks get the board. And that's gonna be the Cavaliers season. It's gonna be the Hawks taking on the Heat in the playoffs. Wow. All Cavs fans are absolutely cut. It's a bit of a funny sight when you see fans devastated. TLC going to the line. He'll let you back in the game. He'll miss both free throws, but nope, TLC made the first. And there you have it. Fans filing to the exits. Absolutely disappointed with this loss. They had it in their grasp. Capella got injured. And they were up 10 at the main break, and you just thought that the Hawks were done. And then your boy Trae Young goes out and scores 30 points in a half to single-handedly give the Hawks the win. Just disregard other stats. He single-handedly got them there. We look at the box score, as I just said. I didn't finish what I was saying before. Hawks got 9 threes, obviously only had 3.5 ones, so their output improved there. They went to the line. Turnovers actually, they went down, but they weren't it's not great when you see 13 turnovers, but Trae Young, man, he has not turned over the ball since the first quarter. That is the key. Markkanen only won 3.5. Garland shooting the ball like arse on high volume. Mobley, very strong effort. 18, 8, and 4. I mean, you take that for a 20-year-old rookie. Jared Allen in his return, 11 points, 3 boards. Probably nowhere near his best, but offensively, it wasn't too bad. He's actually got 31, Trae Young. LeVert hit a couple threes in the quarter to keep them in touch in the third quarter, but unfortunately, it just hasn't happened. LeVert, I think, scored a 2. Well, someone scored a 2, and the Hawks will draw up another timeout so we can remain here. But yeah, I mean, bench production was lackluster, even though only 3 players played for the Cavs. I'm really surprised Osman didn't get a run in. But yeah, ultimately, they just didn't have enough. Like, they were counting on Lowry Markkanen to have another 17-point half to get him this win. And Garland, I mean, I expected a 30-piece from him, but he's scored 21 on 27 shots. So he's been pretty far off his best in terms of shooting efficiency. So, yeah. Hold on. I will just actually look at the... Well, I'll just quickly have a look. Yeah, they're shooting it pretty similarly to the Hawks. It's the free throws that are the difference, if we're going to be honest. And their turnovers have gone up considerably since halftime. I think they've had 8 this second half. So they sort of reversed what the Hawks did. 23 times. So, you know, the ball's been popping, but unfortunately, less shots have fallen in this half. They've scored 40 overall, and credit to the Hawks defense. I mean, if you look at how they've done it, Hunter going to Markkanen, that was one. Just general discipline defensively, that was important. Trae Young scoring 30 always bloody helps you out, does it not? Oh, there we go. Surely, no. Trae Young, I thought he scored and would have gotten the continuation, but unfortunately it did not work that way. So it's going to be a couple of shots for Trae. But yeah, the Cavaliers, I mean, as I said, Markkanen, dependability for him to score a lot. Garland needed to pick up the pace. He was inefficient in the first half, and he's actually ended up going worse in the second half. And then, yeah. I mean, Bogdanovic kept them afloat. I always thought that, yeah, despite them being down by like 10, or like, despite them being down 10, they should have been down way more. Way, way more. Trae Young's second free throw is good. As I said, despite being down by like 10, it always thought like it wasn't enough by the Cavaliers in terms of taking advantage. I always thought they needed a bit more of like a barrier. Mobley nearly scored a banker 3, but that's going to be it. The Hawks, unbelievable. They win by 6. And this one is over. The National Betting Association at it again. I don't know really what to tell you. Not even remotely close. I think it was a very evenly officiated game. I think both sides probably weren't officiated very well. But the Cavaliers should have always won this game anyway. I mean, Garland wasn't shooting the ball well. And he needed to. Markkanen didn't get enough threes off in the second half. Just a lot of things that were going well for the Cavs in the first half did not in the second half. And the Trae Young 30 piece in one half really amplified that. He ends on like 39 points, which is just berserk. 33.5. Like, how do you stop that? I mean, the Cavs, they could have done something better, you'd argue. Like, thrown something else at him. A Cedi Osman, I thought, would have worked. But apparently they thought they were happy with what their system was, and were happy to run with it pretty much the whole game and not really sway away from it. So it's always what I was saying, though. It was only a 10-point game. The Cavs could never get it out beyond like a dozen. And given Trae Young hadn't performed, that was always going to be an issue. It was always going to be a red flag. So this one's over. The Hawks are playing the Heat in the playoffs. I think that will be a really good series. The Hawks have given the Heat some troubles in the past, so I think they could win a couple games. It's going to be interesting regardless to see. I think it's going to be an exciting playoffs. Every series in the East looks really good except the Milwaukee Bulls game. Bulls one. I think that won't go past 5 games. But who knows, man. It's going to be good, though. I'm going to wrap it up here, though. I will be doing Game 2 for Nets Celtics. I won't be doing Game 1. It's at 5:30 in the morning, so good luck to me waking up to watch that. I'll have to miss it. But we will be here for Game 2, so make sure to tune in right here because this is where it's happening. Live watch along. You know the deal. Should be good fun. We'll see how we go Game 1. I will be doing a playoff or preview before the first game in a few days' time. So make sure to be on the ball and subscribe to the show if you aren't already, so you're notified about when that playoff preview comes out and all the watch-alongs for the playoffs come out as well, so you can tune in. But that's going to be it from me, so drop a like if you did enjoy, as I mentioned. And we will see you for the playoffs, the actual playoffs now. As I said, preview, we'll be doing Game 2, and I don't know about the other games, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Yeah, but should be good fun. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you then. Peace out, everyone.